This microphone is really loud. I always have to turn it down in post, so... Earn your pay. Welcome back to the Mad Tea Party, where my new setup is Mad Science themed. Guests, it's been a while since we've looked at a bad horror movie. Too long. Well, maybe not long enough. The other day, Tiny Frank hands me this little ditty, and we're gonna take a ding-dang look. Real quick, the Winchester House is a mansion in San Jose, California that was once the personal residence of Sarah Winchester. Sarah was an interesting lady. She ordered constant construction on the house by numerous companies to add rooms, doors, hallways, stairs, you name it to the house, that seemed to make little to no sense. She claimed the reason for the constant construction was because she could see ghosts, people who had died at the hands of barrels? Of the Winchester guns. These ghosts told her to build the additions onto the house, probably because they're trolls, and she did what they said because of the guilt she felt. Another explanation for why she did this was that the maze of a house confused the spirits and made it harder for them to move around. You've probably heard of this place. You can actually tour it right now, and there have been several movies made about it. But I bet you haven't heard of this bad boy. I mean, it can't be that bad, right? We're starting off the new year fresh, you know? Take it easy, ease into it, right? Oh god, it's already so much. Are you sure about this? There's a plaque on the wall that says Winchester Mansion, as if you needed to know where we were. The plain-ass white piece of paper plaque is for sure on the real mansion. A delivery lady is heading up the stairs while listening to some royalty-free classical music, though these days on YouTube that probably also means nothing, so I'm not gonna play it. She turns and sees this girl playing around behind her. I'm sure that's nothing. And approaches the door which says closed for renovations on it. Who lives here? Who's getting UPS packages sent to the closed Winchester Mansion? And closed to who? The public? Turns out this lady lives here and she interacts primarily in earthquake rumbles.
It must be wonderful for you all to live here.
So inside we see the lady communicating with some evil forces. Then she steps out of the paranormal-looking circle and gets bitch-slapped out of existence. Who was that? It doesn't matter. Let's check in on this guy. But before we talk about that guy, we'd like to talk to you about today's video's sponsor. Audible. I've always believed that a sponsor should be something that makes sense to the channel, and it's also something I believe in, which is why I reached out to Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player, you can listen to audiobooks on the go or whenever you're chilling at home. If you've ever wanted to check out Audible, you totally can, because they're giving the Mad Tea Party a 30-day free trial along with a free audiobook. If I may be so bold as to recommend a title, check out Nightmares and Dreamscapes Volume 1 by Stephen King. It's a short story compilation with narrators Whoopi Goldberg, Rob Lowe, and Tim Curry. You know Tim Curry, right? Famous actor from that movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. To get your free audiobook, just go to audibletrial.com/whiterabbit. Or hey, if you don't like typing things, just click the link in the description. Thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to that guy! Accommodated by lady and daughter, the three silently pack a car looking tragic. An empty car seat indicates they once had a baby that's no longer in the picture. And that sad fact doesn't matter for the rest of the movie. They travel onto a dirt road wooded area where, whoopsie, now I wonder if... No, never mind. We'll move on. That was a close one, though. Approaching a locked gate, dude man can't seem to work the comical amount of keys he was given. Oh, by the by, nobody has told us what's going on yet. They're the new caretakers of the Winchester Mansion, which is not in real life located in some backwoods nowhere, California. It's right in the middle of some highways. If you Google it, you can see where it is, and that it's subtitled, A Quirky Mansion with ... I guess we'll never know the true meaning of this quirky-ass mansion! Anyway, Fumble McKee Fingers can't get the gate open, so they walk the rest of the way. Look at the proportions of this house. I know it's Asylum, but guys, blow up the CGI a bit. It's a big place in real life. So wouldn't you know it, they can't get the keys to work on any of the doors either. How do I I can't use these dang... the keys are so confusing. The only way they get in is they happen to find an unlocked door. Now that's very irresponsible of the last caretaker. Shame on her. They find a list of things to do, and on it says they can't use the caretaker wing because it's uninhabitable. Now I wonder if that'll have any meaning in the plot later. Nope. They get this map to help them navigate the obviously small place they had to work with, because every scene is in this small chunk of rooms. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Is that wallpaper of books all over the place? That's really classy.
I want this room.
But why?
You'll have to fix it.
No.
Lady, why are you being so mad at him? The daughter's being the stubborn one. Back outside on a gloomy-ass day, we have... a grill? Well, hot dang, we're cooking up some steaks at the old Winchester place.
Son of a bitch. That knob's a little wonky.
Wonky? My dude, that knob just caused a big CGI explosion. That's more than just a little wonky. By the way, who are you?
Harrison Dent.
Ghost hunter extraordinaire. Speaking of which, their daughter went chasing after the little ghost girl from the beginning down into the cellar. I don't even know what people find so enticing about this ghost girl. She doesn't even speak. You know? You know what I'm saying, Tiny Frank? You know? You know? What are you doing later? You want to go hang out in a cellar?
I appreciate you stopping to check in, but, the property's closed.
Of course it is. That's why you're out here, isn't it?
That's weird. I wonder if they're all... Oh, sorry. Let's move on. They pull the daughter out of the cellar because of course she gets locked in there. After hearing some odd music, they call over the ghost hunter just to accuse him of attacking their daughter. Okay, so this is weird to me. Throughout the whole movie, the daughter is treated and acts like she's much younger than she is. She looks like she's what, 12, 13? I'm really bad at guessing ages. But she acts like she's 5, and the mom also acts like she's 5.
Sweetie? It's right over there.
Well, that's one way to do a transition. So out of nowhere, the parents find S. Winchester scrawled on a random piece of paper, and the husband starts launching into a brief history of the house just to catch us idiots up on what we're watching. Because nobody was ever going to mention why this house was significant. While we're here, let's go on a little bit of a rant. The Winchester Mansion is known for its quirky architecture. A maze of rooms and halls, doors going nowhere, stairs that make no sense. Nowhere in this movie did they even attempt to do anything like this. They could be anywhere. Could have called it Haunting of the House of Funk, because this ain't it, Chief. Okay, back on track. The ghosts start harassing Haley again, and she is really unimpressed by it all. She gets kidnapped and Dad tries to call the police, but the dang phone isn't working right. It's okay though, they'll send a car out to the location. While we wait, more ghost harassment. It's at this point something weird starts happening to the parents. His nose starts bleeding and her head starts bleeding for seemingly no reason. Well, that's strange. I wonder if it's because they're all... So if you're noticing that the movie is suddenly too dark, you're absolutely right, and it never gets better again. I don't think they ever even tried to turn the lights back on, they just do the rest of the shindig in the dark. So they figure out they're being haunted by victims of Winchester rifles just like Sarah was because we need some kind of historical comment, and they choose to go back inside. Inside the house that's home to all these ghosts, the house where they've witnessed and been harassed by numerous ghosts. Let's go back in there.
Drake, the door. Go close the door.
Because everybody knows ghosts can't get through doors.
Can't hurt me.
Ah, dang it. So the police show up and spend, 2 minutes trying to find somebody inside before walking away. They even know about the last resident of the house dying horribly and they just brush it off.
What about that one lady?
Yeah, frankly, whoever did that is long gone.
Fucking pardon? You want to run that police work by me again? Uh-huh. No, I understand. Ma'am, please calm down. We're on our way. Chief, we just got a call from the old murder mill. There's a whole family being slaughtered over there. Should we send, 5 cars fully armed? Well, those murders were over 3 years ago. That killer is long gone now. Oh. Yeah, right. There's no way he's still around, right? Yeah, dude, he's gone. It's totally safe. Go ahead and send, my neighbor's dog to go investigate. Well, that's a shame. So the next 5 minutes is of the wife dicking around in the 2 rooms we've seen so far, accomplishing nothing, till she hits her husband with a fire poker. He starts coughing up more blood and says, well, Mr. Winchester died of tuberculosis. Yeah-huh? We all know TB is a ghost-born illness, what's your point? Her head starts bleeding again, and she asks, well, what did Mrs. Winchester die of? And he just says, I don't know. Okay, let's pull up old Wikipedia real quick. She died in her sleep due to heart failure. Well, that doesn't seem to fit our dumb explanation of what's going on here, so we're gonna move on. Hey, then again, they don't seem to be using very many facts from the real-life story, so they could have just made something up to fuel this misdirection. I mean, plot point. It's a plot point. They call up Ghost Hunter Man again.
There are 2 kinds of ghosts. Those who are dead and know that they are ghosts. And then there are those who are dead who don't know they are ghosts.
Hey guys, do you think these people are all... Whoa, what the hell was that? Also, isn't it nighttime? It's not nighttime. They discover the reason the ghosts are attacking is because the Winchester daughter went missing and nobody can find her. So these people are being haunted by the victims of the rifles and the Winchesters themselves. Are all ghosts a-holes or what? Outside, they find the police officer who's hanging on to dear life.
Have you seen our daughter? Have you seen a little girl? Please answer me. Have you seen our daughter?
Listen, I know you're dying, but this is way more important than that. You're supposed to protect and serve. Why don't you stop gasping for life and help me find my daughter? Mr. Ghost Hunter Man says he's got to call all of the spirits to the room, but first he's going to draw a circle of protection around them with, soap. That's soap, right? No room in the budget for some chalk, Asylum? This clearly angers the ghosts, and they... Really? That easy, huh? Just... dead? Anyway, they complete the circle and a damn vortex from hell opens up and tries to eat the husband. What the hell is going on in this movie?
Drake! Come here!
Anyway, after that festival of nonsense, they see a deaf ghost man from a picture that they'd seen earlier. They get upset at this and they knock it off the wall, only to reveal a message on the back that says, "In the cellar." In the cellar, they follow clues that lead them to discover what happened to the Winchester daughter. While playing, she gets into a trunk and is locked in there. The deaf man is in the room but can't hear her yelling. She died in there and no one knew what happened. Except there are clues everywhere, and the deaf man leads them to the room where they find her body. If Mrs. Winchester wanted to know where she was so badly, why didn't the deaf man just show her the way? This ghost has haunted this house since the 1800s, and you're telling me she never once suspected this dang chest? So they open the chest and the ghost girl is let out. But isn't this the ghost from the beginning of the movie and the girl that was outside? She wasn't lost at all, she's a ghost. You're telling me that if you die trapped in somewhere like a chest or a closet or a car, your soul is just trapped in there forever? Until somebody discovers you and lets you out? That doesn't make any sense. And how did the deaf man figure all this out? He didn't even know she was in there. Why was his ghost aware of what happened? Hey, Asylum, you're giving me anxiety here. So they get their daughter back after uncovering this mystery and book it out of the house. They head back down the road to their car, but... uh-oh. No car. It's at this point we discover the twist. Are you ready for it? That's right. The family was run off the road in the beginning, and they've been dead this whole time. That's why the mom and dad were randomly bleeding. They were car accident wounds. You know, after-death ones. Okay, here come more questions. Why do they have zero recollection of this car accident? Why didn't they leave their bodies like the cop and the ghost hunter did? Why did they open doors for people but they couldn't use keys or phones? Why did her iPods work for her but not for other ghosts around her? Why weren't they trapped in the car like the girl in the trunk if no one knew about their death either? And where the hell are they going now? There's some loose explanation in this story about how there's types of ghosts, about how there's a type that doesn't know they're dead, but none of that explains any of my questions away. So that was Haunting of Winchester House, a lazy attempt by our friends at Asylum to cash in on a real-life mysterious place. Once again, thank you to Audible for sponsoring this video. To get your 30-day free trial and a free audiobook, just click the link in the description. It really helps me out as well. Please consider subscribing for more movie reviews and true horror stories. I do want to start covering those more because I know it's what people have been asking for. I just need time to research them. Join me next time when Tiny Frank gets stuck in my computer case and dies and then comes back to haunt me, but because he doesn't talk, I don't even notice. See you later.